Thank you, Michelle. Pastor Dyer, we have a caller named Milena from Los Angeles who has a message she wants to pass on to Andy. So let's bring her on. Milena?
I love that. I love making the show work that way. When other people have resources or thoughts or whatever, call in after you hear a call that you think might be relevant. You might have something to say, because I want everybody to know that I don't have all the answers. That's for sure.
This is a conversation we're having. That's
yeah,
right.
Exactly. And that's what this show really is. This show is really a conversation, a spiritual conversation on enlightenment. Yeah.
Milena, welcome. You're on air.
Hi, this is Milena. How are you guys doing?
Hi, Milena.
Hi. I just...
Is this the lady I know?
Yes, you happen to know me.
Are you
Long time no talk. Right, Sherman Oaks. I go by Los Angeles now. It's easier for people to identify.
Oh, great. I'm so glad you called.
Thank you.
This is a one beautiful, sweet lady, yes.
Okay.
What were your thoughts?
Well, listening to Andy speak, my heart completely went out to her, and I can feel her desperation and that she feels so alone and scared, by, well, how could I possibly make this work on my own? I asked the call screener if he had her information. He didn't, so I thought, just put me on. I wanted to say, I am a single mother of two. I support my children financially 100% on my own. And I left an abusive relationship to do this. And I want to offer my information for her to contact me, just so she has somebody to talk to. And then maybe I can help her with ideas for resources and this and that. But just so she knows she's not alone. I want her to have somebody to talk to.
And I can vouch for this lady, Milena. You're listening out there on the other. This is really a very divine, sweet, wonderful lady that I've known for a long time. And so, Milena, why don't you leave your information there and have Andy call back? And
Okay.
Because I don't want to put it out over the air.
Sure. Yeah, I was thinking I'll just give my email address. I thought the phone number would be too much, but that's great. I'll leave it with Hay House. And Andy, if you're listening, please call them. Please don't feel shy or embarrassed, because I would love to talk to you. And I've been through something very similar, and I just want you to know, from the bottom of my heart, that I am here for you, and I'm going to leave my information with Hay House.
And Milena, when you went through this, when you left this relationship, this abusive relationship, where were you internally? What was going on inside of your mind?
Well, it was a very long, dragged-out relationship, and I had, through most of it, I was living in, fear and misery and putting attention on what is rather than, what should be. I had a lot of guilt and shame and felt I kind of deserved to be treated a certain way. And I was reading your books, William, but I wasn't ready to really make those changes, you know what I mean? But for the last year of the relationship, I started with affirmation. I started looking myself in the eyes, in the mirror, saying, I am a strong, beautiful woman, and I deserve to be happy and successful. And it took about a year. You really, and all day long, I would repeat these affirmations until I finally started believing it myself, and I finally was able to look people in the eyes again, you know what I mean? And so it was a preparation. I didn't just snap and one day say, I'm out of here. I knew for about a year I was planning to leave, but it took me some time to build myself up and to start looking for a job, looking for a way to support myself and my children. And I just knew in my heart that, number one, I don't deserve to be treated that way. Number two, my children deserve to see an appropriate model of marriage or, relationships. And they, if children witness abuse, it's true, for my beautiful little daughter, she may think, well, this is how it is. And if I do something wrong, then, I shouldn't be hit. And for my son, growing up thinking, well, if a woman's giving me a problem, this would be the way to handle it.
Just fall off and smack her once in a while.
Yeah, and they needed to know that's not okay and it's never okay. So, like I said, it was a process and it took me time, but by the time I left, January 2005, I haven't looked back, and there have been some other issues with my ex, but for the most part, it's just been a kind of rapid growth and transformation, and I'm stronger than I ever thought I would be, and that's what I want to convey too. It's such a confusing place to be, but she does have the strength within her. She does, and she just needs to believe it, and I would just love to talk to her or be here for her.
Now, did events start to change? Did people start showing up? Did help begin to, whether it was financial or emotional or spiritual or whatever, as you began to shift and change around your belief, your internal knowing that you deserve to be treated with respect, to be treated as a beautiful woman, to be treated, in the ways that any human being ought to be treated. Did you start seeing changes and shifts and different people showing up and so on in your life?
Yes, sir, I did. I had been raised in a very dysfunctional family, and I kind of a religious cult, and so coming out of that, where I was disowned by family, friends, everyone, I never developed really close, deep relationships until, around 2005 when I was really was working on my self-esteem and everything. People just started appearing in my life. I have some of the best, most dearest, wonderful friends who appeared in my life at exactly the right time. My best friends, who have helped me with the children when I need help while I'm working, things like that. I mean, everything changes.
Everything changes. The movie that I've been talking about almost every week now, You Can Heal Your Life. Have you seen that, Milena? I'm sure you have.
Yes.
Yes, I know you have.
And the extended edition actually is extremely touching, the interview with you and the director, Michael Borgen. But the whole movie, I just highly recommend it to anyone who hasn't seen it yet. It's incredible.
Yeah.
And
thank you, darling.
You're welcome.
You're such a beautiful soul. I'm so glad you called in. I'm glad you're with us today.
And I hope Wendy contacts me.
She will.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Namaste.
Thanks, Milena. So, Andy, if you are still listening, go ahead and call us. You might want to wait till the show's over and the lines are freed up a little bit. We have not only Milena's information, but we have email that has also come in from other listeners, other people who want to talk to you and help you out and give you some support.
So you're on your way, Andy? I hope I'm saying
We have Milena on waiting to speak with us. And, of course, you remember we spoke with her last week.
Milena, oh, yes. Oh, that's great, from Sherman Oaks.
I think she just wants to give us a very brief update on
last
what
week's
happened
show,
with Sandeep, who, as our listeners recall, she was in the abusive the relationship with her husband who was abusing her, physically hurting her.
And if you didn't hear that, you can you can tell people, how do you go back and download last week's show, or you just pop it up, or you do something, whatever it is.
In the archives, the Listen Again archives at HayHouseRadio.com, you can pull up that show from the last week in February, and that's sort of what got this started. And I must say, we had a lot of people email us offering to, send her to resources, to talk with her, wanting to say they had been in very similar situations. So
That's so wonderful. I love the idea that this radio show is becoming a place where people can work together and help each other out all over the world, because that's, after all, who Louise Hay is and what she founded this company on. And it's something that it's the only reason I do this radio show. I don't get paid anything for doing this radio show. It is just something that I do to get out there and really make a difference in the lives of people. And as I often tell my audiences, if any one of you out there listening were to take the microphone and talk for an hour, and I were to sit down, I would have just as much to learn from you as you would have to learn from me. It just happens that I've got the mic for a while.
Yeah.
Okay, Milena, how are you, dear?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Good. I just wanted to share that I have been in contact with Sandeep, and we had a very long, good conversation. And basically, we shared our what was going on in our lives, and I basically just let her know what had worked for me. And she asked for suggestions. She asked me, "Do you think I could possibly get a job?" And so we just talked about starting from step one, which is, before you do anything, you have to change the way you're thinking. You have to change from, I'm stuck, I can't do it, how could I get a job, to, I know there's a perfect job out there for me. I know there's a way I can make this work on my own. So,
and not only that, Milena, but that not only is there a perfect job out there, but then you have to make it a verb instead of just a noun, which is an action word, which is, and that job is on its way. That job is going to be delivered to me, or I am going to run into it, or the right person is out there who is going to, align with me, and so on, so that you begin to see action. Right. Because I think one of the big mistakes that people make is they think that they're disconnected from everything in their world because they're so ego-driven. They're so believe that where I am and what my pain is and what my particular circumstances are is all that there is in life. And they don't stop to realize that we are connected to every other single being who's on this planet, whoever was on this planet, whoever will be on this planet. We are connected by an invisible energy sources. If there's no place that God is not, that means that God is everywhere. And if God is everywhere, that means God is in the place, in the very thing that I need to have attracted to my life, so that it's a real realignment in our consciousness that people need to have. And that's a really, really big shift for people. Yeah.
It is. One thing real quick, Summer, I was listening to your show the day after this all happened, and I just started wondering, I mean, I feel that what you do with flow dreaming is so powerful and amazing, and I started thinking about, the possibility. I just thought I'd throw this out there of you maybe doing a flow dream show on helping people who are in that situation of, being in an abusive relationship, possibly find the strength to move through that. Or, I mean, you would know the best way to do that, but I just wanted to put that out there because I believe you could probably help a lot of people get the push, to really make a change in their life in that way. So, and thank you both. You're welcome. Thank you both for your wonderful shows.
Thank you, Milena. God bless you, beautiful. I hope to see you soon.
Yes. Okay. Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Namaste.
Milena. That's a good idea.